Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the week 3 multimedia discussion. My name is Yahir Caballero, and today we will be discussing information I found interesting in the articles written by Luther Gulick, Merton, and Paul Appleby. As you can see, on top of that, we will be applying these theories in a modern day situation and deciding whether or not these theories would work in the current world.
Alright, so first off, the first article we're going to be discussing is Notes on the Theory of Organization, written by Luther Gulick. His main talking point and his main theory revolves around organizational structure and management. As we know, organization is key for Gulick. One of the main topics or aspects, so to say, in this article is, as you can see on the screen, POSCORB. This acronym pretty much represents what he believes will create a great organizational structure and management. So that includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting. Gulick also mentioned other elements and other things that can create good management, such as like unity of command, which is pretty much workers, individuals receiving orders from just one superior in an organization rather than several superiors, and that pretty much prevents any confusion, any overlapping authority, or just any instructions that are made unclear. So, when it comes to Gulick and his theories in the modern day, we do see that still be applied. POSCORB can still be applied in modern day situation, such as like planning, staffing, directing. These are still aspects that we still see to this day. We see a lot of the coordination and directing take place, especially in like remote work, where managers can often oversee dispersed teams, and yeah. And then going back to the POSCORB, as we can see, that can be found on page 112 of the article. So, alright, so for this next slide, we will be discussing the writer Robert K. Merton and his article Bureaucratic Structure and Personality. So, in this article, he's essentially explaining the structure of bureaucracy and how it's influenced behavior and personalities of individuals within organizations, facilities, corporations. I mean, before anything though, we have to discuss what bureaucracy is. We did cover a bit of bureaucracy with Max Weber, so I guess we can connect both Merton's theories and ideas with Weber's. So yeah, bureaucracy is, as we know, a type of organization characterized by clear hierarchies that set rules and procedures and really put a focus on efficiency. In a sense, it's a way to structure large organizations. And for Merton, the ideal bureaucracy is when roles are well defined, everybody knows what is expected from them, and everybody knows what to do, right? So, and ultimately, that kind of goes hand in hand with another idea that both Merton and Weber share, which is trying to reduce favoritism and ensure that the decisions are made are based on um, seniority, experience, just how adequate you are for the position. However, there has been question marks, I guess, in the personality of bureaucrats. There's like a fear that bureaucrats or those who follow bureaucracy are kind of losing their sense of self-expression, I mean, by following all the rules and really just kind of, in a sense, being a robot, so to say, being ritualistic and just focus on procedures rather than being flexible and creative. It does kind of reduce and limit the personality to shine through. And then we do see that in the modern day still. Like we see individuals being trapped in repetitive roles, and we see plenty of individuals be disconnected or feel disconnected from the organization that they work at. So in a sense, it does still apply to modern day society. All right, so the last article written by Paul Appleby is Government is Different, and it pretty much addresses how the government's focus should be on serving public interest rather than focusing on profit. Because ultimately, government, as we know, is driven by public service and democratic values. Appleby made sure to preface that um, the importance of finding the right balance for accountability, responsiveness, as well as responsibility, moral responsibility. When it came to what I found interesting with Applebee's article, I say the portion of where he's explaining bureaucracy and how he's not fully siding with bureaucracy, but at the same time, he's not fully against it, and he is acknowledging some of its positive effects. Like he acknowledges that bureaucracy can help with organizations, like with rules and hierarchies and procedures. But he also acknowledges how sometimes bureaucracy can be a bit rigidity and slow. And when Appleby wants his government to be flexible, bureaucracy can might not go hand in hand with that. When it comes to Appleby's thoughts and ideas, theories, and being applied to the modern day situation, I think we can look at how he prefaced government's drive for social change, and when as we can see over the past few years, the government have pretty good efforts in driving some change in regards to the civil rights, gender equality, racial justice. We see the programs with climate change, so the environmental sustainability, and as well as women rights, as we've seen over the past few decades. But also his main point, or one of his main points about government not really about profit, but more serving the people, serving the public. We can see that with the government's projects on public health programs, and so yeah, so yeah, those are the three articles that we've looked at for this week's multimedia discussion. Um, it's safe to say that we can gather a lot of interesting points, and we were able to create good discussion about all three articles. So yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys for listening.